Hi, this is Michelle Courtois. Today I'm going to teach you how to create motifs and copy them to your clipboard, as well as flip them in different directions so you can create a fair owl pattern. So the tool I'm going to use for that is my freehand drawing tool, which is right here at the top. It's a brush. And then I want to make sure working on colored yarns is selected. We don't really need to worry about working on stitches, so just colored yarns for now. I'm going to select yarn B, and I'm simply going to zoom in, and I can draw my shapes that I want to create. Here I'm just going to draw kind of like an arrow tool. And then if I want to, I can use my masking tool to create a shape. I can use my bucket and I can fill that shape. And then just hit Control D to deselect. So those are some ways that you can create shapes. I'm going to maybe make one more. Maybe I will add a little bit of dimension to this shape here. There, that looks pretty good. Alright, so I want to add these to my clipboard. So I'm going to use my Edge Finder tool, which is right here, my magic wand, and I'm going to tap on this. I can't right click and copy to my clipboard in this program, so I'm going to have to go up to Edit and Copy to Clipboard. So if my clipboard doesn't show up, where do I find it? I go up here to Windows, and then I go to the Windows drop-down box and I hit select Custom Clipboard, or I could simply hit F6. And here you'll see my image has shown up. So I want to select this next. I have to individually select these stitches. So I'm going to hold down Shift, and I'm just going to tap on each one of these. And then I'm going to go up to Edit, Copy to Clipboard. And there you go. So now I'm going to say deselect. So Control D. I want to get rid of these guys, so I'm just going to make a box around them. With my masking tool, I'm going to select A and the paint bucket tool, and I can dump this whole area with color. Now Control D. So now I can start from scratch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select my paintbrush, and I'm going to select this icon, and right here on the right it says Paste from Clipboard. So when I paste something from my clipboard, it adds another yarn here on the left hand side. So it's adding another yarn, which is D. So what I can do is, I'm going to move this out of the way. I'm going to add a string of these like this to a certain extent. I'm going to build it out. I'm going to say Escape, and then I'm going to use my masking tool and I'm going to say Control C, and then here if I just tap, I can build my repeat a lot more quickly. Alright, so that looks great. Now I hit Escape. I'm going to zoom out, and I'm going to select Control D to deselect that box. So here I have an additional yarn added on the left. I don't want that additional yarn, so I'm going to go up here, where are we? Here to my arrow, and I'm going to say Remove Duplicate Colored Yarns. And yes, it's irreversible. Goodbye. So now I'm back to my 3 colors. The same thing's going to happen when I add this arrow. So I'm going to select the arrow in my clipboard, and I'm going to say Paste from Clipboard. It's going to add that blue color again, but maybe this time I want this to remain a different color so that when I go to create this in when I go to recolor this in my colorways module, it's going to show up as a different color and I can make it more multicolored. So here I accidentally pasted this in the wrong spot, so I can simply say Control Z. Now sometimes it will crash and sometimes it won't. I'm going to say OK and see what happens. There, it didn't work. Awesome. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to hit Escape. Oh, it did delete it. Yay, hooray. Okay, so let's try this again. So I'm going to paste this one more time. There, that looks good. Let's fill this in like this. All right, so I can just, whoops, another Control Z, OK, Escape, it deleted it. All right, well that's good. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it crashes, so you have to be really careful about what you do. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do the same deal. I'm just going to mask this area. I'm going to Control C, and it shows up, and then, whoops, that doesn't look right. Oh no. There we go. Control copy. All right, where am I with this? There we go. So sometimes this can be a little meticulous and annoying. Here we go. Oh no, not again. Control Z, OK, Escape, Control V. All right, so I'm going to build this all the way across. Just like that. Okay, now I'm going to hit Escape. And I'm going to say Control D and deselect. I'm going to go up here and I'm going to say Remove Duplicate Yarns. Yes. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with my freehand brush tool. I'm going to make sure B is selected and I can paint in the missing elements. And that's how you build a basic fair isle that goes one directional. If I wanted to move things around, I could select one of these motifs, and here on the right I'm going to say paste from clipboard. It's going to add another color. Right here, these are your copy, paste, and mirror selection tools. So if you tap on these, you can turn and rotate your motifs in different directions. Let's see, here we go. And then if I wanted to, I could, actually, what I'm going to do instead, I'm going to use my magic wand. Since these are all closed shapes, I'm going to hold down select and I can just copy these. I don't have to copy them to my clipboard. I can just say Control C, Control V, because if I add it to my clipboard and drag it down, it's going to add an additional color position. So here I'm just going to do this all the way across. It might not be perfect, but I just want to give you an idea of how to use the tools. So there's one more. Okay, that's fine for now. Okay, then when you're done, you hit Escape and Control D. So if I go up here to my colorways window, you're going to see this colorway yarn B and D are the same. So once we start coloring here, you'll be able to see more of a difference. And then if I want to, I can use my paintbrush tool and I can use yarn C and I can go in and add more patterning as needed. And that's essentially how you use these tools here for pasting and your custom clipboard.